Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Through installment of Scott Selections here for Friday, October 27th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in hockey with Brady Tkachuk over 3.5 shots on goal at minus 145 on DraftKings. Second straight day, we took a player prop, and the second straight day, we lost via stat correction. That's right. Tkachuk had 4 shots halfway through the third period, and then it changed to 3. So he ended up with 3. He had 3 missed shots as well. He hit the post for one of them, but that doesn't count as a shot on goal. Point is, Kachuk was a heartbreaker again, and as a result, we are going to stay away from player props for a little while because there's only so many stat corrections a man can take. So we are going to pivot to the NBA, going to look at an actual game line between the Magic and the Trailblazers, taking place at around 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this game, I'm going to go with the Magic on the money line at minus 132 on Bet Online. Time recording of 2 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to take the Magic money line in this spot. First reason, even though it is just a one-game sample size for this season, the Magic have looked like the much better team. Simply put, the Magic did beat the Rockets in their first game at home by 30 points, while the Trailblazers lost to the Clippers by 12 on the road. However, that is misleading because they did trail by 30 in the third quarter. Clippers stopped trying, emptied the bench, and the Trailblazers made the game somewhat more respectable than it actually was. But Portland was getting curb stomped the entire game. And I do think as a result, Portland is once again supposed to be a bottom feeder. And I think these teams are separated in terms of talent. Now, Portland, to go through the preseason expectations, they were expected to be the worst team in the league. Made some moves during the offseason, paid Jeremy Grant a lot of money. Of course, traded Lillard away. Ended up getting Scoot Henderson in the draft. They ended up getting DeAndre Ayton. Ended up getting Simons. They got Robert Williams. They got Malcolm Brogdon. And yet, you're looking at the main issue for a lot of those players. A lot of those guys are shoot first guys, like Ayton and Scoot and Simons and Grant. There's only one basketball, and I just think it's going to be a serious work in progress to build some chemistry with a lot of shoot first guys. And I do think, once again, defensively, this team we saw was a mess in the first game, giving up 130. And the Clippers didn't try in the fourth quarter. They could have potentially scored 140 if they actually kept the starters in. But the Magic, on the other hand, were expected to be a lot better than Portland, as they were expected to be a fringe play-in team. The Magic's win total was 37.5 entering the season, and Portland's was the second lowest in the league. So I do think when you're looking at the overall talent disparity based on expectations, I think it's warranted that the Magic should be a bigger favorite in the spot than they actually are. And I do think when you're looking at the Magic even back with the second half last year, I still think the Magic are underrated. Like 37.5, I thought was too low for this team. I thought that they would probably finish around 500, and it still could very much happen, but I do think this will be a play-in team. They were very good in the second half last year. They had a really bad start for the first month and change. Then they played about 500 ball, so I do think Orlando is a bit underrated. Portland, though, look, I know their win totals at 27.5. I'd be shocked if they got to 27.5. I think they'd probably finish somewhere in the low 20s, maybe even high teens, probably low 20s, but this team is going to be bad. Now, they're going to be fun because they have a lot of entertaining guards who can make shots, but defensively, this team's going to be bad. And Ayton, we saw at 4 points in the first game. He got torched by Zubac. I do think Ayton's going to take some time to actually adjust to this new environment. But Orlando, with the likes of Boncaro and Wagner, Franz, they've really just blossomed together. They've been very solid. You're looking at Cole Anthony, who was very good in the first game. They get Jonathan Isaac back, who's a good defender. Wendell Carter Jr., who's a pretty good center. I like Orlando's overall roster, and I do think they have a coaching advantage. I think Chauncey Billups is an abysmal head coach. I can't believe he's still employed. But I think when you're looking at this overall matchup, the Magic are the better team, and this line does feel short, so I am going to go with Orlando. Plus, the Magic have actually been playing well in Portland in years past, as the Magic have won each of the last 2 meetings in Portland, so travel should really not be a concern. But simply put, even though it is going to be the home opener for Portland, this is a really bad basketball team, and the Magic, I just simply think are just much better. So I do think looking at this overall spot, the line is too cheap, and I am going to go with the better team at a short price. Play that once again here for Friday, October 27th. It's going to be on the Magic money line at minus 132 on Bet Online. Bye, everyone.